Shalom to the 144,000, the governing body of the elect of the nation of Israel. And shalom to the rest of the elect out there. Kal Halal Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Baha Recha Kwadash. Double honor to the elder apostles of the great millstone. Salutations to the Akim pushing this gospel, this good news, the world over in sincerity and in truth. Adawan Ratazah, that is to say, Lord willing. So, Lord willing, this lesson is edifying, and may the blessing of election fall upon your household. Okay, so just wanted to bring this to your attention. All right. Okay. And as you can see on your screen, all right, this is an article from express.co.uk, very recent. All right. Dated or updated Friday the 26th of January, today, 2024, the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble. Okay. And we see where things are heading, man. All right. You can see the headline saying outraged shoppers call for Asda boycott over supermarket announces cashless plans. Okay. And you have your Walmart over there in Babylon the Great America, which is basically your Asda over here in the UK. All right. And yeah, the people are outraged, man. Okay. You can see it says Brits across the country are up in arms over the move to go cashless in nearly 100 Asda stores. Asda shoppers have expressed their anger at the supermarket's plans to go cashless in nearly 100 kiosks, with some calling for a boycott. And it looks like they're starting to get a bit of sense, okay? Because the people over here usually they don't you know, boycott things when they ought to. Here it is, you have the TV license over here, all right, which is a damn ridiculous law, an unrighteous decree, and the people are quiet over that, all right. But it looks like they're starting to gather a bit of sense over this now, okay, all right. You shouldn't have a damn TV license anyway. Ridiculous. But anyway, it says as the petrol stations are doing away with manned tills, the chain explained the move, saying that 90% of transactions are paid for via debit or credit card, and that's true. That's true. All right. So first it looks like they're doing away with it at the petrol stations. All right, and then it moved to the stores, and then of course all the branches, all the supermarket branches, all right, are going to head into that cashless direction anyway. All right, because we all know by prophecy that all roads leads to the MOTB, right, the mark of the beast, the RFID micro C-hip, spoken of within the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 16 on down. Okay, and we warn our people, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native and Seminole Indians, West Indians, and Haitians, the Israelite foreigners, all right, who are the true biblical Hebrew Israelites, the Lord's chosen people. We warn our people not to take that. Okay, because it's a sin to take it, all right, and there's no repentance. All right, once you take that C-hip, you see. So it says, and as the spokesperson said, as more than 90% of all payments on our superstore forecourts are made via card or a contactless device, the colleagues who worked on these sites are moving into the store so they can better serve our customers. These conversations began in December, and we expect to complete the changeover later in 2024. They always setting dates, man. They always setting their deadline as to when they want things to go according to plan. Okay, and they've been doing these things for a while. All right, and really should be noticing these things. Okay, because we're not ignorant to Satan's devices. Right, this devil Esau Edom, so-called white man, always has a plan, a wicked plan for the world, for our people. Okay, because he wants his new world order. Okay. So yeah, self checkouts is the way, and I've noticed this in various grocery stores, different ones, man. Right, because you know, they're pushing this through gradualism, right, to get the public conditioned to this form of transaction, if you will, right? So, you're gonna have less employees, to scan your items. So eventually, that will cut out some of the workforce. Okay. So more self-scanning checkout, all right, will fill the void of, of where the staff would be to scan your items for you. Okay. It says one disgruntled shopper said the cashless kiosks had already opened in her area and that she had stopped going as a result. See, and that's especially the older generation, and people in general who like to pay with cash. All right, it's going to affect them more. All right, especially them being so used to technology like this. All right, having to get used to it and things like that. They prefer to pay the old-fashioned way, which they're already accustomed to. All right, that that's going to be not comfortable for them. All right. And since more and more stores are gonna follow suit, all right, people who are fed up with that are gonna want to shop elsewhere. All right, but soon they'll have no choice. It says already have this at one of our stores. This person is saying they already have this at one of our stores, and I and many others haven't been since. Doesn't seem to take all cards, and with no cashier to sort it out, with you no longer shop there for fuel and very little for food now. Asda is no longer affordable. Yeah, we know things are going up, man. Okay, inflation and all that. Revelation 6 and 6 goes into that. Says another former customer said they haven't been to the chain in years and has no plans to return. They wrote, haven't been near Asda for 4 years, no intention of ever setting foot inside their places again. Okay, so yeah. So this is going to cause chaos, and this is what the elites want. Alright, the top international-ish 1948ers. Alright, your DuPonts, your Gettys, your Oppenheimers. Alright, your Warburgs, you know, the elite nobility of Edom, the banking families, they want this. All right, they want chaos, they want disorder. All right, they want people riled up, man, protest and things like that, so that they can use it as an excuse to bring in the martial law troops and things like that. All right. So that's what's going to happen. So you've got the full list of 82 stores going cashless, including the 14 that have already made the switch. So all across the UK and things like that, man. All right. You just go down that's them. You see? So more are going to follow suit. All right. More are going to follow suit. You see? So yeah, that's from the express.co.uk. Sometimes I like to go on another article regarding the same subject, in case there's, different, information on that. It's good to check out different articles regarding the same thing. So, you see this, BBC, a day ago, Asda to go cashless at more supermarket forecourts. You see? So yep, they're doing it with the petrol for fuel and gas as well. All right. So don't forget that. All right. Okay. So this is gonna encompass everything, every facet of life. All right. You see? The supermarket chain has 300 forecourts attached to superstores, with half of those already unmanned. Another 82 had to go cash free, like we saw in the other article, with 14 already being converted since December last year. See? And they're just bringing this article out now. So they've been doing these things, and then they put the article out later. All right. Shows you, there's evil plans behind the schemes, evil schemes behind closed doors. There have been calls for the Prime Minister to replicate new legislation in Ireland that will force businesses to accept cash, and you can, go on these articles too. All right. Supermarkets, pharmacies, and corner shops will have to accept physical cash under rules signed off by politicians in Ireland on Tuesday. Okay, and soon they're gonna make the move. All right, to go cashless. You see, because for now they don't want to put everything cashless like that, because they need to ease the people in. You see, they need to ease the people into believing, oh, here's your alternative. You can go somewhere else to pay by cash if needs be. All right. That's what they want to do. Ultimately, everything's going to be cashless. All right. But first, they're going to, ease you in. All right. And the thing is, at first when, they brought out these self-checkout tills, the people were reluctant to use it at first because of not being familiar with the technology, and they were already accustomed to, to queuing up, and having a person, an employee scan their items for them. You see, now people would rather, for the most part, self-scan their items because they don't want to be caught up in the long queues anymore. Because we live in a society and where everything is instant gratification. People want things done like this. Instant access, stuff like that. Okay. So, that's where we're heading. All right. Let's get in the Apocrypha, which was part of the Old Testament, all right? And the Old Testament is bigger than the New Testament, all right? Let's get the book of Sirach, uh, chapter 5, and verse 15. And we go into these, scriptures a lot, you know, always, bring it to mind, all right? And it's so relevant to the times now, okay? Remember, scripture talks about whatever was written aforetime was written for our learning. For we, through patience and comfort of the scriptures, might have hope, all right? Okay. So Sirach chapter 5 verse 15 says, "Be not ignorant," right? Ignorant means not to know of anything in a great matter or a small. So you don't want to, in these times that we're in, man, you don't want to, just be doing things and not, understanding and be, you don't want to be, basically gullible, and you don't want to, just go with the flow. You want to understand why things are happening. You want to be circumspect, look around, understand why things are being done a certain way. All right. Even to the smallest thing, from the smallest thing to the biggest thing, as well. Okay. And we know a small matter left unchecked will turn into a greater matter. A small issue left unsolved will later become a bigger problem, a bigger issue. Okay. All right. And that's exactly where we're at. So yeah, more understaffing underway, some more job cuts. You see, and guess what? That's gonna, you know, cause more stress and pressure on people, distress. Okay, that'll trickle on down to crime going up. So there's gonna be an uptick in crime. Okay, and we're already seeing these things happen, and this is Bible prophecy. You see, okay. And they've understaffed deliberately, all right, because they want you to be reliant on the technology, so that when it comes to the RFID micro C-hip, it will feel normal to scan your hand and pay for your goods, all right, because they've already got that palm scanning thing there. See, so you constantly, repetitively, putting your card there, bringing out your card. Less and less times you're trying to fiddle around for cash, less and less. And then your hands going there constantly doing that, to the point where, hey, it just feels normal to just put my hand there. Why not? Don't have to worry about my wallet. Oh, lost my debit card, lost me, lost certain change I needed, notes and things like that. You see? So yeah. So that's precisely where we're heading, man. Okay. And have you noticed when the global shamdemic happened? When you had the L downs, right? Got to speak in codes, all right? You know, can't say certain words, here on this YouTube, all right? Or else they'll, flag the video. Right, so they deliberately, brought in the social distancing, which would pressure the people to self check out even more. All right, because of fear of, someone contracting the C19 if they was stood near someone in the queue. So then, they had that 2 meter thing, 2 meter distance thing, right, where, if you were distance from someone else, you'd more likely not to, to catch the C19 from somebody else near you in a queue. That's why, you know, that worked in their favor, bringing in that social distance thing. Okay, all right, and they won't have to bother with them long queues. All right, you see, and also they had the fear of the C19 also being transferred from one person to another by physical cash too, because they said that the CVID, could be passed onto from someone onto someone else, by money. Okay, that's why they push buying with your credit card and your debit card. All right. No, we're not ignorant to Satan's devices whatsoever. So Revelation chapter 13, verse 16, because it all boils down to this in the end. And it reads, "And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a charagma." Right, when you go into that word mark in the Greek, right, it's charagma, physical device, right, implanted subdermally under the skin, all right, in their right hand or in their foreheads, and it could be right hand or your left hand, your dominant hand, basically, all right. Some people are good with both hands. Is the word dexterity? I think that's the word. All right. But either way, if you take the C hip anywhere in your body, you're condemned. Okay. So it doesn't matter if it's in your knee, or in your hand, or in your head. Okay. It says, "And that no man might buy or sell unless he has that charagma, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name." So again, man, you can't buy or sell. You're gonna be, basically excommunicated from society. All right, because this is a technological society we're in. You see, where they want you hooked to the grid. All right, hooked onto the system. All right, and they want to just track and trace and control you, like I always mention. Okay, and have all your details, your spending details, where you live, everything about you, your personal history, criminal history, all right, educational history, things like that. All right, that's all going to be on the CHIP along with the digital ID, all right, and your digital wallet as well, or rather your digital wallet. Sorry, okay, that's what I was meant to say. Okay, you know, this is comforting news to us in the know, all right, and it's another step forward in Bible prophecy because we know you know, it's just forward from here on out, all right. It's just gonna we're just going to see more robots taking over jobs, people being axed. All right, we're going to see a closer and closer, you know, improvement in technology to where it's getting closer and closer to the CHIP. You see, so none of these, you know, will return back to the Most High void. None of these prophecies, none of the words of the Lord. All right, we know the word of the Lord is powerful and sharp. All right, Hebrews 4:12 tells you that. Okay, so his words ain't going to come back to him void. All right, none of these prophecies will fail, as it says in Isaiah chapter 34, verse 16. And it reads, seek you out of the book of Ha'adawan Yahweh, which is the Bible, and read, and understand. That's how, when you read, you understand. It says, no one of these shall fail, which is the prophecies. None shall want a mate, because no other book has prophecies. All right. For my mouth it hath commanded, and his spirit hath gathered them. That's right. That's right. And hey, the elect is being comforted by this. Okay. And through the preaching and teaching of the gospel, man. Right? It's gathering the elect. That's what the Spirit does. Okay? And the Lord just uses, his prophets, his servants, all right, as vessels to do so. Because, the Heavenly Father does not come off his throne for anybody. All right? You still have, people who, especially Israelites in different Israelite groups that mock and scorn that the RFID micro CHIP, all right, is the MOTB in Revelation. They still don't believe it. They still think it's Christianity or an embargo or whatever it is that they believe. And even though we've seen things like this is happening, it still doesn't click to them that, maybe the apostles and elders of GMS were right. Okay, maybe it is the CHIP. All right. But, a lot of them took the bag, you know, or they're just spiritually blinded. Okay. We know the head of believer of the way, Ratazan Sharian, doesn't believe the CHIP is the MOTB. Okay. Same with Watchmen for Israel, Naquam. All right. Adam Abbott, he doesn't believe it neither. Okay. So they're going to have to answer to their congregation when, they introduce these CHIPing stations and you're not allowed to buy and sell anymore. So what they're going to, tell their congregation then. See? All right. So, let's get the book of Romans, chapter 3 and verse 3. And it reads, for what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of Yahweh without effect? So, hey, just because some people don't believe, that these prophecies will come to pass, okay, that their life is going to change tremendously, okay, for the worse as well, okay, when their comforts are being taken away from them, things like that, right? That's not gonna change the faith or hamper the faith of the elect, okay, at all, and it's not gonna make, the Lord a liar, as it says in verse 4. Yahweh forbid, yeah, let Yahweh be true, but every man a liar, as it is written, that you might be justified in your sayings and might overcome when you are judged. Okay, so everyone's gonna, basically give an account of, when it comes to judgment. Okay, we have to give account thereof. All right. So that's where we're heading, man. All right. We know that the Lord is not a man that should lie. Okay. So whatever He says must and will happen. It's as simple as that. So all the disbelievers out there will be ashamed. Okay. Because at one point in time these things weren't happening. You see, going back to like the 60s and 70s. All right. And eventually, when these things started slowly happening. All right. When it did, it certainly was not at the pace that it's happening now. Okay. It certainly was not. So this just proves, all right, that the RFID micro C chip is the mark of the beast. All right. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3. We'll just go straight to the point. It says, "For the vision is yet for an appointed time." Okay. But at the end it shall speak. That's right. The vision is for an appointed time, at a set time. Okay. And right now it's speaking. Okay, and not lie. Though it tarry, though it seems like it's delaying, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. Okay. We're in a time when it's getting ever more closer and closer and closer. Really, it's here. It's just not been globally mandated yet as compulsory. It's here. It just needs to be, you know, mandated. All right. You see, as we filter current news events via the Holy Bible, right, that boosts and confirms our faith in Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, which proves the Lord will take care and preserve His elect because He has care for His elect. Okay. You know. And this is us measuring the time diligently in itself, right? It says within the book of Second Esdras, you know. Second Esdras chapter 9 verse 1. He answered me then and said, "Measure you the time diligently in itself, and when you see part of the signs pass which I have told you before, then shall you understand that it's the very same time wherein the heights will begin to visit the world which He made." And that's how and we've seen the works of the Lord, all right, with different natural disasters, so called, things like that. Okay. So this is us measuring the time diligently in itself to let us know where we are in Bible prophecy. Okay. So anyway, with that, I must say shalom to the elect.